Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of my official VHS collection. Now I didn't think I was gonna do a part 2 VHS collection, but as it turns out, after my last video, I turned my head to the side and realized there was a stack of videos that I completely had put off to the side. They weren't on display. So I figured, let me finish out my VHS collection, at least the ones I have in my possession. And who knows, this could be a fun video, but it's not going to be as flashy as the other one. Not a lot of cool cover art, but some cool titles in this stack right here that I would love to share with you. So let's get started. And just to show you that I was somewhat of a normal child, or at least tried to be, we have here some stuff that I never watched. Superpowers. This is even like upside down. I don't know what this is. Battle at the Earth's Core. This is the Justice League. See and read. Kid Vid. See and learn. It's an interactive video. Fun and learning for the whole family. KidVid interactive videos combine the entertainment of TV with the fun of participation learning. It's as simple as popping a cassette into your VCR, whether it's shaping letters of the alphabet on the TV screen, follow the bouncing ball sing-alongs, or reading words to favorite stories as they appear on the screen. KidVid video cassettes are designed so kids will participate as they watch. It's a totally new concept in pre-recorded entertainment from Kid Stuff, the #1 entertainment company for kids. So here you go, Superpowers, Battle at the Earth's Core. Moving on, another normal type of stuff for kids is Disney's DuckTales, Daredevil Ducks. So yeah, this was just always in the collection, and I guess I never got rid of it. Just to get the last of the kid stuff out of the way is Goosebumps, the Haunted Mask, in a cool case here. I mean, I had a few Goosebumps books back in the day. This one was a good one where the mask gets stuck to her face, Carly Beth. As a kid, this was the greatest. It's like, what can I say about this now? Before the Jack Black movies and everything, you know. Viewers beware, you're in for a scare. Look, it says here, reading is a scream. GB7, because this may be too spooky for children under 7. GB7. There you go at the bottom there. Alright, so now we're gonna get into some movies. Okay, another one of the cool cases here is Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation, the original with Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Anthony Michael Hall. And it just so happens that I just saw the remake because it's on HBO Max. It was all right. So in both versions, they're going to Wally World, you know, the hijinks that come up, all the crazy stuff that happens. Visiting Cousin Eddie, played by Randy Quaid, and also Imogene Coca, who is on Edna, I believe, and on Edna. And also Vicky, who does the Kool-Aid. Real tomato ketchup. Real tomato ketchup, Eddie. Nothing but the best. So here you go, National Lampoon's Vacation. Now that I showed you some cool covers, I'm going to go with some ones that have no covers at all. So here we go. First up is Body Parts. And yeah, this is another one that I bought like later on in life, and I've honestly never even seen this movie. Look. So you could even see the videotape there. I think this will still work. You know, it just needs that. I've never seen this movie, but it has a really cool poster art. So I remember as a child always, you know, being intrigued with this movie, but I never got around to it. This one, along with Dead Again, the Kenneth Branagh film, I was always intrigued by those films and just never got around to watching them. So Body Parts. Okay, so here are some movies that I would record off of HBO onto VHS. So here's Fierce Creatures, which is almost like a sequel to A Fish Called Wanda. Well, it has the same stars, John Cleese, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Palin, and Kevin Kline. And I really like this movie. It's about a English zoo, yes, and then or is it Australian? I forget. But it's just about running a zoo. And there's Jamie Lee Curtis and Kevin Kline. And Kevin Kline plays two parts. He plays his rich father who runs the zoo, and he's like the loser son who can't get it together. And Jamie Lee Curtis is not in love with John Cleese, but they have a thing. Yeah, I used to watch this all the time. Fierce Creatures. Some funny stuff at the end of this movie with when they're in the zoo, because they're so desperate to get, I guess, money and revenue, that they start putting up billboards and advertisements of like Miss Piggy and Saddam Hussein. It's so stupid. I highly recommend this movie, Fierce Creatures, from 1997. Another one, Femme Fatale. I was watching this on HBO Max. Again, this is from Brian De Palma, and it has Antonio Banderas and Rebecca Romijn Stamos. Yeah, another one, I'm not too sure what this one is about. It's a heist film. I mean, the opening is really cool. It takes place at like a film festival, Cannes Film Festival, and it's one of those long continuous takes, or at least a few scenes are like that. And you get to see Rebecca Romijn naked, I believe. So yes, I recommend this one, Femme Fatale. I don't think it's not looked at as one of his better movies. So, but it's okay. It's worth watching. Now here is something I used to watch. Or I was introduced to this one in college. Was State and Main, with William H. Macy and Julia Stiles is in it. A bunch of people are in it. Philip Seymour Hoffman. And it's about making an independent film in this small town. And State and Main are the cross streets. And that's about it. Go you Huskies. That's what I remember from the film. And it's really funny. This is one of those movies that no one's really heard of. Sarah Jessica Parker is in this. I think Matthew Broderick is in this. I may be mistaken. Maybe not. But I highly recommend this one. This is really funny. And especially if you love movies, since this is about the making of a movie. State and Main. Okay, next up we have some stuff that I bought later on, and this one is Gloria. This is the remake with Sharon Stone. But this is originally is it Cassavetes? Or is it just that Gina Rollins is in the original Gloria? Is it Cassavetes though? It probably is. But I actually saw the original Gloria, and it's really good. This one, I don't know. But the reason I bought this one is, because I remember the advertisements, and I always liked Sharon Stone, so just eventually picked up Gloria. Now, another movie from my youth was Angus Bethune. Yeah, this is just another coming of age movie with this like fat kid, and then he has a friend with like big ears. And it has Kathy Bates. It's all I pretty much know about this movie, or remember at least, but it's just a coming of age. So, what are those movies about? He wants to get the girl, and, I'll have to sit down and watch this. But it's regarded, a lot of people still, I don't know if they talk about this movie, but I hear it through the grapevine here and there. Angus. So now I'm going to show you some more normal stuff. Well, first we got the Palmer video case. So this was the video store that I visited mostly. It was right up the street from my house, so in walking distance. So I'd always go up the street and rent videos from Palmer Video. And here is Masters of the Universe, He-Man. I must have lost the cover, or maybe I bought it like this. No, I don't think so, because I have a sticker there too. How I would label my movies. Yeah, another one, since I wasn't into, you know, action movies, and maybe someone thought I was, or maybe I thought I was, and then it would just stay on the shelf forever. So here is Masters of the Universe. Arnold Schwarzenegger's in this, I believe. I don't even, or Dolph Lundgren. Someone's in this. Masters of the Universe. Another normal one is Batman with Michael Keaton. I just wanted to show you the sticker there, if it's even in focus. And then, so another regular video that, I think this one we did have the cover, but I don't know, must have lost it over time. But I always like Batman Returns better. But here's the original Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. And Kim Basinger. Along with recording movies off of HBO, you know, you could also record them in SP or LP. Yeah, or EP. It says it back there. SP, LP, or EP. So 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. So I must have used this in the EP mode to record 3 movies. These are The Net, Virtuosity, and Copycat. So The Net with Sandra Bullock, Virtuosity with Denzel Washington, Copycat with Sigourney Weaver, Holly Hunter, Harry Connick Jr. I used to love watching Copycat because, you know, that's more of a horror movie, serial killer, crime movie. So that one I used to like, with a pretty cool, creepy opening. A lot of creepy stuff in that movie. Yeah, Copycat. I like that one. And I watched it recently on Netflix. Still holds up. That's still a good one. That opening, it's a vicious movie. So you gotta watch that one. If you like Silence of the Lambs and things like that, you'll like Copycat with Sigourney Weaver. The Net with Sandra Bullock. I'm sure it doesn't hold up to this day because of technology, but I used to love at least the opening when she's ordering pizza on the computer. It's like, whoa. That's so cool. Now it's like you would rather go and pick it up because it takes so freaking long. And Virtuosity, I don't ever remember watching, but I like that title. Really cool title. Along with Terminal Velocity, I think with Charlie Sheen. Some cool, weird sci-fi movies, you know, from the mid-90s. Next up is 9 Months with Julianne Moore and Hugh Grant. And look at what a nerd I was. I would put the PG-13 rating, what it was rating for. At least on HBO, it says mild violence, adult content, adult language. And I think here it says no one under 13 admitted in the theater. For a PG-13 movie, follow the rules. I never followed the rules. 9 Months. Yeah, this is another one. Joan Cusack is in this, and what's his name? Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold is in this. So this one is pretty funny. The reviews are so-so. Robin Williams is in this too. But I used to really like watching this movie. This is a Chris Columbus movie. I'm showing you like it's so cool. Yeah, it's just about Julianne Moore getting pregnant from Hugh Grant. That's all the movie is about. 9 months of pregnancy. And yeah, Joan Cusack is always funny. And Jeff Goldblum, they're like brother and sister. And there's a scene with them fighting. Joan Cusack is great in anything she does. She's in Pop Star too. Like, she has a small little scene in Pop Star, which is a pretty underrated comedy. Like, I'm telling you, she is such an underrated actress, comedic actress. I mean, so many people sleep on her. Joan Cusack. So she's in 9 Months with Julianne Moore. Okay, so why don't I break it up and give you some of that alternate content I was talking about. And first up, I'm embarrassed, not embarrassed, to show you the Ace of Base, The Sign, The Home video. Now, dude, this album was the shit. This album still holds up. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. And so I bought the music video collection, and this had a few that weren't in the States, but the ones in the States were All That She Wants, The Sign, and Don't Turn Around. Those were like the big ones in the States. But you also had Living in Danger, Happy Nation, and Wheel of Fortune. I used to love Ace of Base, and after this album, you know, I didn't, they released stuff after The Sign, but I never got into it. Okay, this is interesting. Betty Boop Classic Cartoons Volume 1. So yeah, here you go. What can I say about Betty Boop here? I think this is my mom's, but this isn't even I don't know. This isn't the tape here. This is just something else because it would say something on there. But there's the case. This is a pretty cool cover. She looks good on there, right? So there you go, Betty Boop. What classic cartoons: Musical Mountaineers, Blunderland, Stop That Noise, Swat That Fly, Betty Boop, and The Little King. Running time 40 minutes from United American Video Corp. Classic Cartoons, Volume 1. Okay, now the only reason I'm showing you is because of this label here. This is, you can't do that on television. So I remember really loving this show. So this was the origin of like Slime. This was a sketch comedy show on Nickelodeon from Canada. It was almost like All That before All That. So if you said, I don't know, you would get slime poured on you. And if you said water, you got water poured on you. This show, if you go back and watch it, which it's on Paramount Plus, some episodes, just like everything from back in the day, you go back and watch it and you can't believe how messed up it is. One thing I particularly remember is they would show the execution. They would put kids up on a cross and pretend to execute them with a firing squad. It sounds crazy just explaining it to you like that, but if you watch it, I guess it kind of makes more sense. It's just so funny what you used to be able to get away with. And I'm sure on that show you could find a lot of domestic violence, humor, just things that you cannot joke about today, but you could back in the day, and you still should. It's more entertaining. So make sure you look out for that show. You can't do that on television. Now, because I used to like the Addams Family films back in the day, I remember being gifted these, and it was Addams Family episodes from the TV series. So here we have the Addams Family goes to school, Morticia and the psychiatrist, and Morticia joins the Ladies League. This is one of the volumes. Here's another one. New neighbors meet the Addams Family and Morticia the matchmaker. This is only 2 episodes. That sucks. Can you imagine, man? Now you get the complete series. All 5 seasons, 7 seasons, 15 seasons. Back in the day, you could only get 2 episodes maybe. 3 episodes at most, which were 70 minutes. Fester's Punctured Romance, The Addams Family Tree, and Gomez the Politician. So here are 3 volumes of The Addams Family. Alright guys, we're down to my final 3 movies here, so let's get started, right? First we got Hard Target. Now this is another one that just has the Palmer Video case, and this is one of my dad's films for sure. This is Hard Target, right? Yes, from John Woo. Look at this. A sadistic mercenary is recruiting homeless combat veterans to serve as prey for a game of stalk and kill for bored millionaire hunters. And on and on and on. So, Hard Target. Now, what I remember most about this videotape is in the beginning they have a preview for the movie When a Stranger Calls Back with Carol Kane. That's what I most remember about this videotape. So maybe one day I will watch this. Hard Target. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I believe, and John Woo. Alright, now I'm not sure if this is a bootleg or not, but we got Basic Instinct here with Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas. So, you know, it probably is a bootleg, but I don't know. whatever. So yeah, this is a fun one to watch. I believe they're bringing it out on 4K director's cut, but this is the R-rated cut, which is still violent as hell, and you know, nudity, but it's more violent than anything. I mean, a lot of people are getting stabbed to death and in the neck, and blood is spilling everywhere. So yes, it's so funny. I tried to like introduce this movie to my friends. I'm like, man, this movie is so cool, and then they totally like dismissed it and thought it was corny, and so that sucked. But you know, I saw this movie as a kid, so it's just that you have that just stays with you, even if you pick out the flaws later on. Still a good movie here. The sequel is actually pretty underrated, overlooked. I mean, people trash it too much, but one thing I like is when sequels do something different and don't just rehash the original. So check out both films, Basic Instinct and the sequel, Basic Instinct 2. Now, speaking of sequels that rehash the original, we got Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, this is the last movie I have here. Now, I didn't grow up with this movie. I bought this later on in life. It even has the hole back here. It says, please rewind. As far as growing up with this movie, I just grew up with just this poster. You know, this was just a very popular video cassette, along with part 5, because that one is the kid surrounded by all those the toys in the Christmas tree. So yeah, and this one also has a very bad sequel where it just reuses the entire film along, and then it just, you know, makes some new shots. But I really like the original film of this, even though it's so bad, it's good. And it's very gratuitous, like the opening murder with the parents, and then the antlers murder. So yeah, that's what the 80s were, right? And then remember this, they picketed this movie and protested. And I actually have the Blu-ray with the slipcover from Scream Factory, so I never watched this. And this might be the R-rated. I don't know. Maybe I should watch this because it says for mature audiences only. Maybe this is unrated. It says 92 minutes for mature audiences only. A full-length feature film, it says. So there you go. Silent Night, Deadly Night, horror slasher classic. Santa's here. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this part 2 of my VHS collection. I will be sure to link up part 1. And as always, give this video a thumbs up, a thumbs down, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you in the next one.